Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Uniquely Me with Simone Stewart. Season 3 is here guys and we are deep in it. If you have been staying tuned, last week we had Heather White Davis sharing her childhood story, and man, what a story it has been. If you didn't get a chance to see it, just click the iCard and make sure that you listen to it and come back and listen to this one, because we're digging into season 2 and guys, it's getting saucy in here. So before I go any further, have you subscribed to Uniquely Me with Simone Stewart? Let me just put it down. Push the subscribe button right away. Just stop what you're doing, push it. Thank you. Now go push the notification bell, because you need to make sure that you are fully aware when we drop an episode. So guys, let's talk serious business now. So, do you know anyone in Jamaica? Somebody who grew up in the country. And you remember what we used to do, the chocolate tea, the enamel pot, the under the house, the dolly house and them thing there. So that's what Heather was sharing last week. But this week we get into some serious stuff. Heather took away herself. She took away herself. She left home. She ran away. And you would think that she would have run away to somewhere, I don't know, similar to home. She went to be with a done man. This week we're gonna hear what took place, how she got pregnant, how she moved out, how she had to run from the same done man that took her virginity, by the way, guys. She was the queen. But how did all of that change? Stay tuned.
Uniquely me is uniquely you. Balancing the different hats of life, achieving all your goals in the name of Christ. Uniquely me is uniquely you. You can do anything. With the S on your chest, you can do all things through Christ who gives you strength. You are a winner and you're an overcomer. You can be all things to Christ who gives you strength. Yeah.
So, Heather, thanks again for being on set. Heather, I'm going to have to reach out to you with all of what everybody has to say in terms of listening to our interview and the whole works. But I don't want to waste some time. I want us to jump into it. So, you're living with your dad man, and things are going, still going to school, but you've now gotten pregnant. Having gotten pregnant, this is what age, 16?
Yeah, no, 15.
15, okay.
Going to 16.
Going to 16. So you're now pregnant, you're out of school. What is life like now?
Alright, so out of school, so I got pregnant in the summer. You know, I think nothing mean. So going down to the summer for me then, you know. And it was a bit depressive. It was a bit confused, because I remember now I'm going to become a mother, you know. And there were days when I would cry, wanting my mother. But then I face reality that this is what it is. And so, you know, things took a turn when my baby father had to be running and hiding. Sometimes I have to go with him. Hide from house top, hide in an old building. You know, so I had to be behind him, even though I didn't carry a big belly though, or a little belly. You know, this is a little belly, never did it, because I was saying. But anywhere he went, I had to be behind him,
Was it his doing, his choice of you going, or was it your choice?
And my choice, because I mean, I'm in love with this man. You understand? So in my eyes, I'm not going to around.
Yeah.
You know? He loved me. Nobody could have come before. He was protective of me as well. So anywhere he was, you know, me I feel better. And I remember at one point where he got into some trouble and he said to me, we have a country, so we went to order about his uncle and he leave me down there, so I'm going back. And when we see that, I can't see because I was in the board. I mean, find my village farm. I mean, just go and man and see, you see when they send down the road. I mean, I was like, well, yeah, do you? So I was like, anywhere you're there, me the back of you. Right. So basically, I believe it was more of my choice than his. Right. And so I was there until I had my baby. And somehow, you know, it worked out because his father is abroad. And they send, you know, baby stuff and all of that. But it's like, you know, something was still missing, because remember now, I did done this year talk about, you know. Yeah. So at any time you can't listen to hear anything. So I was more like, I wonder if I hear that. I wonder if that, I wonder if he's going to come in. I remember once there was a thing when he was told that I looked for them off to kill him because I think he'd gone down. And he had to be hiding and I hide with him. And it was like, it was chaos.
Yeah.
And so I remember this one, and this one was. So I remember my daughter was 3 months old. I said that my mother didn't talk to me. She went and she did Spanish town and I started getting, scared somewhat, and I said to my mother, and she started to reach out to me, she wanted to know the baby. And so I went with the intention of telling him I was going to the clinic and then to come back. When my mother saw me, she said, "No, go back over there, so that can be dead." I said, "Man said, run away with him, pick him up, kill me."
Right.
So I was there in Spanish Town 3 days. Remember, this man born at Kingston. Not supposing to know Spanish Town, but then they had this Spanish said, if the earth could have opened with me, it would have opened that baby. And it was like, come from my baby. And I was like, me and Bob, I said, tap your ball, make him go out, I can't take care of it. Anyway, I took the baby. The night he came back, so we have to come stay with him because he get a work. Like I telling you. Anyway, I went, and that was the night I was going to die.
Oh my God.
And he took the back of the other and said, "Oh, if you come violate my for running with me." And he said to me, Mr. Name never shoot you, I'm going to bust your throat. And where we live on 4th Street, there was a meat shop down the road. And he sharpened the oxsaw blade.
Yeah.
There was no blow on the blade, but the shine.
Yeah.
And he held the blade up and he said, "I'll kill you tonight because you violate me." And I have to start bawling and telling him, "Sorry, I love him." And I look at him, he said, "Tap ball off him, you guys in here, run here, at the back of the yard."
Yeah.
And he said, "No, I'm not touch my baby." And that night, I made up in my mind, said, "This is going to be it at this."
Yeah.
So I pray for their life, and as they life, I said, "What kind of life never tell a man you know?" And the gas did finish. So I said, the baby, I make tea for the baby. She was like 4 months old then.
Right.
And I said, "Don't catch my aunt up by Top Farm. Top Farm and Bottom Farm can't mix them up rivals." So I said, "Go catch her and get some hot water and get her until the daylight we can buy the gas." That was my getaway.
Yeah.
And so when I went through the gate, not until we crossed the train line at Top Farm before we stopped behind me.
Yeah.
Because I thought he was behind me.
Right.
So I crossed the train line and I know so I'm safe.
Where's the baby during this?
No man, I had to be with my man because someone said I go for make tea for the baby, so I couldn't leave the 4 months old baby.
Right.
So I left with only a Pampers and the thermos to put in the hot water for the baby. And listen, I walk and I mom, and I have no fear, not at all, and I mount up on Spanish Town Road. And then take the Encover bus.
Yeah.
And the first S1, because S1 went to Spanish Town downtown, S2 went to Alpha Tree.
Right.
The first S1 I see, I found down and I go on the bus ram. And I decided to stand up out like I feel something behind me and I hold my baby like a clutch person and hold on the bus. And it's when the bus empty that 3 miles, the doctor said, "You know what, this how we can sit down now?" It's like I didn't remember nothing about sitting down, and then I sat down and I was so fearful because he said he would have killed me, and that's how I now end up in Spanish Town.
Right, right.
I coming to Spanish Town is a all different scene, came on.
So you got away and you are singing you free, living your life in a sense. Just to introduce, did he ever come looking for you?
God have mercy. He came back several times, took the baby, we did the ball and stress, carry her back. Look for the last time I was there, gone with her, come back until one day he came. And he said to me, he wanted to talk to me. I was there by myself, and the man took me to the yard. And where I lived was Barton River. And he carried on an abandoned place where the pocket is normally there. And he said, "Never kill it today." And I know the grace of God was on my life all that time. He broke an anything bottle and said, "I'm going to mess up my face because no man can get me."
Yeah.
And remember Simone, I know the man used the buckle and pop in my face. So I said, "I spoiled my done."
Yeah.
But somehow I managed to run and get away. And when I leave, I could see the whales, the signs of the cutting in whales.
Yeah.
But I can't see my cutter now. And I know he broke the buckle and wiped him. I can feel the marks, but I don't know how the cut was into my face. So he came for me several times.
Yeah.
Even when I moved down, I got involved, I had to stop. I had to start there with, different bad men to try to push him off. He would come there one time with him, careful of man, and got in a whatever. And I was like, We done, just call him and say done and keep me for killer until, it paid off though.
Yeah.
But I had to start, me I feel the one, take one down to the next, take one bad man to the next to try, like he knows, listen, I eat this.
Yeah. So the cycle continued. So even though you were trying to escape, it really was something that is a persona that you were now taking on.
Right, because it was a sense of being protective.
Yeah.
So you're looking for protection, so the eyes protection that you work with.
Right.
And then I became pregnant, not for a man, but for a regular man. But it's like, when you get the first one I done, so they think kind of instinct that you want the bad man thing.
Yes.
It's like, I want somebody to defend me. So when he would still come, even though I was pregnant with my second child, my first son, he would still come with him friend with him going the same way and he said, come in.
Yeah.
My baby father just walk with me and I want someone to say, I can't come and be your mother, so.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is not going to work. I have to take a bad man feel most and can't come and call me like him feel like it.
Yeah.
So the taking on of bad men had to continue to let him know that this chapter closed.
Yeah. So you're in dancehall.
Yeah.
You're operating a bar and you're in dancehall. What was that?
Alright, so after that time you do certain things, you start get weird out and tired. And so after I left my second child's father, I went to this out of Spanish town now in Fairfield, that's off St. John's Road. And I opened a shop. I wasn't lying, I was working in a bar. I worked in a bar one time. And while I was working in the bar, I said, I can't do this thing, man. So I opened my own shop first, and then, liquor on the side, etc. And that's where I met my third child's father. And there, we liquor shop and I started selling weed first. So I started selling ice grade with a liquor, the weed man on the end. So I said the ice grade with. Now that took it to another level because I started now associating with some bad man, next to the bad men.
Yeah.
Because they say, so I took on the name Mumadan. So I said, Mumadan. So I said, the highest grade of weed. So every community in and around Spanish Town, they start to come to me. Yeah. So a different thing now start to happen.
Wow.
You understand?
So Mumadan, how did you come to know Jesus? Because you're not Mumadan anymore.
No.
You are now head of white babies with a lot of ministries taking place now in you. How did that transformation come about?
Alright, so after now being in the dance promoter, roller being founder, etc., and having an image and a name, I remember I used to get visions, and every vision I would get, I would see them play out, and I was like, oh my God. Yeah. And I remember I got this vision this day that I was in the bar working. I didn't have a bartender. Dreaming. And two gunmen walked in, and long and short, they robbed me and shoot me. One in my chest, one in my neck. So when I got the dream 3 consecutive mornings, and I was like, no, something like that dream because my dream is not like come to pass. My mom at the time was in Cayman Islands, so I called her. She was like, she's a Christian. I said, Mommy, and I told her the dream. She said, you're going to church, so go pray. So I was like, I said, all right, God. So my thing was Father G when I pray. You're a bad girl, say that a Father G, I say Father G, I don't know. I don't know nobody not at all. Even though I was mixed up being with clansman and one other, but I was respected by both. I never crossed or reached not at all. I was loyal to both. So I was like, who could I really want to come violate me? So I said, Father God, I don't know what this is come but me after cramp and paralyze. I don't know what you used to say. Cramp and paralyze will come. So I remember the Wednesday somebody invited me to a fasting church at Waffle. And I went to Waffle the Wednesday to fasting service, and I was there. And when I was there, I was lost in a moment. I don't know what to do. I was lost. And I closed my eyes and I was singing, and the tears started rolling down, and I was crying out. I said, God, anything we have come here, ask me what you do. That was a Wednesday. No, my bartender supposed to work that week. She couldn't make it at work, so I had to work that week. The Sunday I was in the bar, and I didn't realize that the dream was playing out that day. Because everything in the dream now started to play out. The person would come by the liquor, etc. When the guy walked in the bar and he ordered a cigarette, I was sitting down. When he said 2 cigarettes, I felt something in my belly go up and down. And I was like, how about this? So when I hesitantly got up to go around the counter, one came, because the bar had 2 entrances,
Yeah.
one came to the other door. Now, so that's why the one who came, they look through the window. Now, remember, so me trained for no more badness, so I know sights.
Right.
So I see look through the window and they bust up. So I said, this is a signal.
Yeah.
So I looked to the next door and I saw when the other one came in.
Yeah.
And there's blood going on in my face with it. But there was something about it where I never understood it at the time.
Yeah.
Because he was not looking steadfast in my face.
Yeah.
And now I said nothing. Now if you come shoot me and kill me, you do what you do.
Yeah.
So I remember the dream now start to play. So I said, alright, you know, shoot, so I go duck, so I go do something. Start. And the dream I said play out.
Right.
And say about maybe a minute or 2 was there, the God not saying nothing. I thought to him and said, give me money what you have.
Yeah.
I took out the box of money from the counter. No, at that time, I wet myself, you know. Because I want different thing when you're accustomed to the gun. Yeah. But when it's in your face, when you see, you get a dream,
yes.
and the gun in your face, you know, start a serious thing, so I know something start wet myself.
Yeah.
And then the ear said, take on the top shelf, because I know I'm shot, so my top shelf. So I was trying to get it, and he said, bend down. So long and short, he get the stuff, and he didn't shoot me, he left. And when I made the alarm, everybody said, Mama Danny, nobody can be a liar, I tell you. But that was when something took a toll off me. I was like, I sit down and I say, what is this? Yeah. Something I'm going right or something. And then I remember now, I went to JPS in this short order, and I met this girl, you know, and she said to me, you're beautiful. So I said, it's a girl, a lesbian, I said, never knew she was about to minister to me. Yes. And then she was saying to me, you know, the Lord would want to use. And I said, what should I talk about? And she invited me again to one thing at an all-night prayer meeting. Yeah. Now at that time I used to sport locks, some long locks. And then my ears at the time, she used to go to one as well, and I went to do my ear the same day. She was invited to the same prayer meeting, and I said, what is God? Now remember, I'm a dancehall woman. Yeah. They have one dance about tonight, Friday night. Yeah. So I said, I'm going to come to the prayer meeting. Let me tell you something. That seed was sown inside of me. Yes. Because I'm going to dance at the night, with the one. John Momo got a prayer meeting. So the man that I was with at the time, the one, you know, bubbles and said, we now dance more at church tonight. I left the dance 12 o'clock, which wasn't my norm. Went home and I called the taxi number, the car, he said to me, he's in Kingston. He said, what time you come over? He said, about church. I said, anytime you come pick me up. And he came about 3:30 and I went to the prayer meeting and I sit all the daylight out. That was when I felt like the conviction came upon me, and I started to say, I feel like it never served that I used to never go. That was when all of that until New Year's chipping, my cousin had some shooting incident around the same bar and something, I said, I left Spanish Town. So I left Spanish Town, relocated to Odaga, and it's like something was not long in my want to start visit church. You know, and so I cut my hair off and so I changed the image, and that's when I started to visit a fasting service, and that's when everything, you know, took forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're hearing it firsthand. Just in case you've been wondering, how did Mama Dawn get saved? You just heard it. Now, Mama Dawn has a conference, Reshuffled. Guys, you need to go check it out. It's all over YouTube, it's all over Facebook, Reshuffled. But I don't want to talk so much about Reshuffled, because they can check it out. I want to talk about your ministry now. The ministry that you've been doing, where you're helping persons and that kind of thing. I want you to talk a little bit about it. And guys, just to insert, if you've not yet subscribed, make sure you're clicking that subscribe button. Make sure you're going over Facebook to follow Heather White Davis. Lots of things are happening. So, talk with us, the ministry now. Talk with us, what you're doing.
Alright, so Reshuffled Outreach Ministry. This is something I believe from my childhood days, is something that I really had a passion for children and elderly people. And to just jump back to childhood, I remember as a thief up my panties for underwear, and there were some little children in the community that didn't have it, and the thief out and tied them like a bum. Give them a lunch and all of that, they used to call my mommy at school. So come back now. So when as in 2020, when I was seeking the Lord after 21 day fasting, I was like, Lord, give me a word to carry me through 2020. And he gave me some instruction, and I heard him say, right, and he said, reshuffle. And I said, whatever you want to do, I will do. And that's how Reshuffled Conference came about. But But then the Lord started giving me some instructions, pushing me towards outreach ministry. Now, in the conference was the 5th of December. I said, you know what? After the conference, immediately after the conference, I'm going to launch the outreach ministry. So watch this now. In October, when the big rain fell, there was a clipping on TV about a family, a mother, 28 years old, with 6 children, and the entire house was dilapidated. Water run through like outside, and I was like, something again, leap.
Yes.
And I was like, as a conference, and I have to find this family. Yeah. And I mean, from the day I saw the news, it resonated in my spirit. It's like, I want to go, but I have to wait on its set time.
Yes.
And so the day after the conference, I went on the back road and I drove and I asked questions and I found out where she was. Yeah. And then that was the launch of my ministry there. And it's like, you see, God is so strategic.
Yes.
It's like a person now start to call me, start to text me. They have 2 kids, they want help. They have this, they want help. And I just say, oh my God, we're ready.
Yes.
And so I just start to reach out to persons, so into the ministry, like clothing, shoes. I went to a friend, she had a store, I said to her, she had chose some things because Ray went home. I said, I tell you, but so I tried to get as much things, from sponsors, clothes, shoes. I mean, I want nothing, I'm not wear, not even an old pack down nothing. Exactly. Because I believe when you're giving, the Bible says when you give to the poor, you lend it unto God. Yeah. So, if I'm going to give to somebody who's less, I don't like to use the word poor, the less fortunate, it's supposed to be something that God's supposed to say, yes, my daughter, I love this, what you're doing.
As a matter of fact, I tell you something, Heather. When I go through the scriptures, the Lord is very passionate about those who are less fortunate about among us, He speaks about the poor, He speaks about the widows, He speaks about the children, motherless and we call it orphans. He's very big on it, but he's bigger on, well, not bigger, but he's big on those who are less fortunate. Yes. And the word of the Lord said, when we lend to the poor, when we give to them, we actually lend to the Lord. Yes. So a lot of us wondering, how can I get rich? Well, if you want to know how to get rich, give the less fortunate. Yeah. And like you said, don't give what you wouldn't. Right. It's your refuse. Take out one of your best.
Yes.
And give. Some of us, I keep saying that if you check the closet, you have some things in here that for the last 12 months, wear, and you're waiting to get slim, which may never happen. Yeah. When there's somebody out there who would benefit from it. So we have a few minutes left. This ministry, how can persons reach out and be a blessing in this ministry of yours or contribute?
All right. So I'm on Facebook, Heather White Davis, and the Reshuffled Ministry. My number is on there as well, 876-325-7528. I hardly use Instagram, but I try to do more. However, once you call or send me a message, I will drive from to Jericho and pick up whatever you have to offer. Because there are so many less fortunate out there that really needs. If I ever want something they need, you don't understand how much person in the Christmas season who were so thankful. We look at the children's faces, they were like, thank God. Yes. They need, and it's like, everybody's running down the mic and the building, but the street ministry is left out, the giving. Yes. They're offering something, and God speaks about this even in St. Matthew 25. He said, I was naked, I was hungry. So we have to get to up, and if there are many ministries out there, outreach ministries, but I said, God, you know what? I want one that is unique. I want one who has a story that I can attest to. This family that I'm working with, she got pregnant at the age of 13. She didn't go to high school, only primary school. Her children are taken away from her now. I understand how it feels to be taken away from your mother. Her sister, I'm working with her as well, she was raped. I was raped. So there's something about it touching on. So I said, God, give me some person I can attest to their stories. I met a young man the other day, 25 years old, he's from St. Mary as well, coming to Spanish Town, trying to look at better life, has the skills, now have no help. I'm trying to reach out to persons, give me some tools to give this guy to start a mechanic business. So I'm trying to find persons who have a desire to do better and have a goal but not have no help at all. That's the ministry that I'm doing, to reshuffle somebody's current situation, reset them, and allow God to restore them to society.
Guys, listen. You know they say what they know. And if God has not given up on you, then why are you giving up on yourself? Why are you allowing others to give up on you? Remember, there's something I saw on your page. Nothing we do is undecided, right? You were giving a little talk. Nothing we do is undecided.
Yes.
You made a decision to go to Bible school.
Yes.
You made a decision. As a matter of fact, all of your life, listening to you, you made decisions.
Yes.
Even when you didn't want to get meat from your mother, so you decided
to run
away,
Yes.
or well, run away as we call it. But you made decisions along the way.
Yes.
I want you to look in the camera, and I want you to speak with a young lady that is making decisions, not afraid to make the decisions. But some of those decisions are not necessarily the right ones. Granted, all of those experiences that we would have had would have positioned us for where we are now and where we are going. But sometimes we need a little guidance, and the experience of others help. Talk with that young lady about making those decisions. How should she make them? Where can she find help to ensure that she's not making the wrong choices?
You know, I always say this, and I will always hold on to it. If I should change one thing about Dawn, there's nothing I would change. Because I believe in destiny, I believe in purpose, and I believe in decisions that come from the choices that we make. Now I'm speaking to a young girl, a young boy, because I'm passionate about young people. Whatever decision you are about to make it. Now think about the consequences that follow, because guess what? The Bible said He knew us before we were even ordained in our mother's womb. So God already knew that you are about to make that decision. Make that decision. If you want to talk to somebody, there are many Christians on Facebook, on Instagram, but type in. Matter of fact, listen to that small voice. It's a small voice that speaks inside of you when you're about to make that decision. Listen to that voice. Many times I heard names, but I was afraid to reach that person. Nobody listen to that still voice. And only Christian God talk to the sinners. So whatever you're in right now, the decision that you're deciding to make now, run with it. Or if you go find yourself in the pit like Joseph, run with it. Because at the end of the day, the choice that you make, God already ordained that choice. And if you are to go to the pit, you're going to end up in the prison, then to the palace. But God already destined you for where you are to be in this life. So make a decision. God will do the rest. Don't kill yourself. God will do the final say.
Thank you so much, Heather. This was so refreshing, Heather. I don't know, when the Lord told me to do this, honestly, I wrote this book, Uniquely Me.
Yes.
And I'm actually going to give you this book. I have never done any such thing on set. I'm going to give you this book because this is a book that the program is based on. It's actually my life, yeah, but it is the whole matter of us as women in particular, trying to balance life and the choices we make. But there are solutions out there. Yeah. There are substitutes out there. There's help. Yeah. Want of a better word. Yeah. And I'm praying that as I hand this book to you, yeah, that God will cause whatever He has placed in your hand to be so enlarged, and that your territories will be widened, right? And as your hand, oh my God, that His hand actually will be with you, and that you will be blessed indeed. Why? Because you are now called to be a blessing. You're being blessed to be a blessing, woman of God. I declare over your ministry that it shall flourish. You shall be like a tree planted by the rivers. I declare even now that those who have set their mouths on you, they shall not say, aha, in the name of Jesus, because the Spirit of the Lord is upon you. He has anointed you to preach the gospel to the poor. My God, hallelujah. And you shall be a blessing everywhere you put your foot. I declare God has placed that place, your spot of ground. You shall be a sphere, you shall be an influence there, right? And don't take it strange that wherever you're going to some places and you're wondering why you're there, it's because there's somebody there that God wants you to minister to and move on, right? So I declare even now, you
shall be a blessing. Woman of God.
Bless you. I received this humbly and with great honor. Let me tell you something, woman of God. I have started 4 books. I started writing 4 books. I didn't reach nowhere because every time I start, the Lord is like, give me something. So as you sow into my life, I believe that this is a sign. This is a sign that I know that the book is used. You might have to interview me again. Well, you know, so I bless God for your ministry. I thank you for the opportunity to come on board. You know, and oh my God, you are going places because there are so many stories out there that needs to be heard. And God is going to use your mind to pull out some stories. You know, pull out a story. There are many stories left for you to pull out. I've got some incident. Maybe I was on part 3. Yes. But God is going to take your place. God was saying, no matter where about you, God was sending you the right person. Same things are connecting us. And that's how God works strategically. God is going to pull out some person in the right time and in the right order for your ministry.
Hallelujah. I received every bit of that.
Praise God. Praise God.
Thank you for coming. Guys, remember, reach out to Heather. And guys, let me tell you something. Only because we have enough things that we can be a blessing with. Yes. So find Heather. Some of us can't go where Heather is going. But we can, of course, provide her with some resources. Find her and, of course, invest. Some of you have an extra $1,000, extra $10,000 because you probably don't have the physical things. Hand it over, right? So she's giving out the numbers. And of course, guys, if you comment in the box, we can always reach you so we can reach Heather for you. Thanks again for tuning in. This week's episode, as a matter of fact, was brought to you by Women's Oasis Ministry. They're in Spanish Town. It's a counseling ministry. And those of you who are struggling and not sure where to turn, needing someone to talk to, they are here waiting. I mean, the ambiance is absolutely fabulous. So, of course, again, reach out to us. We'll reach them for you and we'll make the connection. Thanks again, guys. Make sure you're subscribed. And, guys, I love you. The Lord bless you. Remember, uniquely me is definitely uniquely you.
Who am I really? Choices, choices, choices. In pursuit of a career? OMG, I'm a wife. Help! I am a mother. Oh, I'm in church. When do I get to be a woman that God called me to be? Uniquely Me covers the acrobatic endeavors of every woman to balance the responsibilities of being a mother, a wife, a professional, a church leader, a friend, yet still maintain her identity. I too am a mother, a wife, a trained minister of religion, a banker, an entrepreneur trying to balance the many hats that signifies my role. My book will help motivate and empower every woman who is really unique in her own way. Grab your copy today on Amazon because Uniquely Me is uniquely you.
Thank you for tuning in to Uniquely Me with Simone Stewart. Remember, Uniquely Me is uniquely you.